wherever you are, morning, evening, afternoon. What we're seeing here is pound is strong. Aussie is second strongest. New Zealand got a bit of strength too. Euros up. Yen, as expected, has continued. And dollar and CAD, we're finally seeing that weakness in. Swiss has continued. So because of the euro's strength yesterday, it didn't mean that we were going to get Swiss a low on Swiss. It was still showing us lower numbers. Whoever has taken this pound Swiss or euro Swiss, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We knew all about this from, well, here, I suppose. We've known about the Swiss situation since we were working on it here. Where were we working on it? I know it was here a lot. So yeah, the middle of last week, I suppose we could say. So 4 hour here, middle of last week. So yeah, we had the clue. We didn't want to do pound yet, but we were interested in euro more than pound at that point of the week. So yeah, we would have had that. Would have been nice. Little to no drawdown, really. So whoever's taken that's wonderful, beautiful, beautiful work. What are we seeing here? Today 87 for CAD at the high. 53 for dollar, so we've dropped 50. So Swiss and that's nice to see with Swiss going down. So it does show the dollar's weakness is coming. Yen has continued up, the LFX rather, as expected. I mean, there was nothing in here to say down. Pound is at 8 now, or 11, so we've increased our buyers or decreased our sellers even more. These hundreds are not making too much of an impact, because when I look up here on the bottom line, every time I see these, this doesn't change too much. And relative to the other ones, it's nice and strong, this pound. It's not really going wild. What I mean in terms of wild is this CAD. I mean, look at this last week, and it still stayed bullish, because it went back to its original numbers. At this point, it was 9.23. It dropped, came all the way, increased here, 96, 98. And as it came back into here, it matched the numbers. So they didn't need to have bought anything and go down. Dollar was up, so they just carried on up. This was all just drama. 87 now at this high. So we are seeing a decline. With CAD going down, it will fuel the dollar going down. As we always try to look at these as a collective currency. Euro at 74, same high, but relative to last time at this level it was 50, so it is still strong. Pound is correlating with euro, which is nice. Yen's still doing the same with Swiss, and Aussie is moving down, and New Zealand is also doing that, and it's doing its one's coming out, and while I'm imagining this is what's going to happen, up while this holds and down. But Aussie is pretty strong today. Have these numbers changed much, or are we just creating a fake belief? Let's read these numbers here. 25 sellers at this point. We're now back at that level. Buyers, we're now back at that level with 34 sellers, which is good if we want it to continue. Because in order for this to go higher, it would need more buyers, right? Market maker buyers. And there was 70 sellers down there, which was good. I remember noticing this at this time. These big time 6-hour buyers, 18-hour buyers, I wrote this yesterday that I noticed, and it has caused an impact. So now we really want to see now if they start increasing the sellers in New Zealand and Aussie. That's what we're looking for here, and that's going to determine if we stay in the pound, euro, New Zealand stuff. We have a situation here currently where we are in our pullback, and in this is covering this is paying us, and this is here. So we're still doing great on these. The question is, do we want to continue or do we want to add more? Well, let's take a look. We know pound's good. We've already spoken about that. We know that euro is good. 43 here. So it's got a decline in buyers, New Zealand at 43 relative to these numbers. Last time it was over here. We can see through here and we can see numbers in the 50s. So 59. So we've got less buyers at this price. So again, it's a decline in buyers. So we could go ahead and add more to this, I believe, yeah. But I think I'm just going to keep it as is. Now let's look at the pound quickly. Okay, we'll take off the higher level long because pound is can be a nightmare with if you have these. It always comes back down. We see all of those sell attempts yesterday, which should have worked if it was still valid, have come down. We drew a box here yesterday night of this equaling like 16 hours or something like that, and I wanted to see if when we should have been red for 16 hours because I saw a big one here or here. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a lot. We go from 7:45 to 1:45. Sorry, 7:45. Yeah, 7. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's loads. It's like whatever, man. It's like 18 hours, 16 hours. So we should have come down, but it hasn't. We'll look at here. It's 14 more buyers relative to the dollar. You'd want to continue holding this. So now we'll try to do some more of these. We see here it's there should be more sellers here in pound. More of a down move if this move, the original move, is still valid. This may give us a pullback. I don't know because I haven't read into the numbers enough, but we could come back here all the way around because CAD still have got to do its thing, right? This can still cycle, so we want to hold this for a few more days. It's going to take a while. And they'll probably dollar will collapse and they'll blame it on some televisual pandemic or whatever nonsense they give you next. Anyway, yeah, that's the update. Pound's going all right, and the rest of them are fine. Aussie CAD is, what's happening with that? Here it is. We know Aussie's in a pullback. We know CAD could likely come down, so we might want to close some more of these off. I know we want to hold this though for 8 days. We were trying. 4, yeah. So, well then, and then we'll just whatever, be happy with that. It's probably going over this high. Maybe not. Who knows? Here then, because we want to try to get to Friday on that trade. We're just going on the time now, and that's it really. I'll do a indices second glance video a little later. All right, thanks.